Yeah, my Sharona. That's the Future Heads with Decent Days and Nights, and before that you heard the fantastic new single from The Coral. In the morning, this is Adam and Joe here on XFM for your Saturday afternoon listening pleasure for the next hour and 55 minutes. Thanks very much to Alex Zane and the afternoon team. That's what I call them. And, of course, after us, you'll be hearing the mellifluous sounds of Justin Lee Collins. Joe and I are wearing black polo neck shirts today. Both just by accident threw them on.
So was Alex Zane.
And so was Alex Zane, except his had the little polo logo.
Are you wearing a black polo neck t-shirt? They're not polo neck, they're polo shirts.
Oh, did I say polo neck?
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
Are you wearing a black polo neck shirt? Anyone else out there in London?
If
Is
you
something
are,
weird going on?
then you're part of our gang. And you can come to Leicester Square and we'll have some kind of party, black polo party. And so I guess it means that you and I are kind of perfectly in sync today, Joe.
I think so. I think definitely. I think this is going to be one of the best shows we've ever done.
Start a sentence and I'll finish it.
I like big, fat, happy.
Nutties.
Well, exactly
Wow,
correct.
that's amazing.
So don't forget, if we say anything that provokes you into wanting to call us, 0871 222 1049. You can text us on 83XFM. You can email us, adamandjoe@xfm.co.uk. We've got ditties in the dock. We've got crap commentary corner. We've got 3 pairs of tickets to the next XFM live session with Jameson Irish Whiskey featuring The Coral to give away. We've got 5 copies of California Dreaming, the best of the Mamas and the Papas, to give away for ditties in the dock. And we've got 2 pairs of tickets to see The Fall at the Forum on Friday the 20th of May. That's quite an exciting prize.
That's exciting. That gives me an excuse to play something by The Fall.
And we'll have to come up with some sort of fall-based text competition, maybe.
Yeah, good.
During the show.
Marquis Smith impressions.
We got lots of stuff to talk about as well.
You went to see the new Star Wars film.
I've had such a busy week.
Busy week.
So culturally busy, I feel like Echo Eschen from The Late Show.
I feel like Codwo Eschen.
Dude, who's he?
His brother.
Really?
Yeah.
Codwo?
Codwo.
Wow. Where did they name them?
I don't know.
In a cave? Echo. Whoa, God. That's terrible. Shut up.
What are
I'm
you
gonna kill
talking
myself.
about?
I'm going to kill myself.
Don't kill yourself yet, man. I
Okay.
forgive you for all of
Okay.
that. But yeah, you saw the new Star Wars film.
I did.
Your show was out. Modern Toss was,
it was.
one of the Comedy Labs. Very much enjoyed that.
I did stand up at the Comedy Store.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. I want to hear all about that.
Oh, amazing.
And also, we've been watching a great deal of television this week. Of course, shows like The Farm, which I watched. But, Joe, you haven't watched it yet.
Haven't watched The Farm yet. No, I can't. I find it really hard to watch Justin and Colin.
And what about Justin Lee Collins?
He's all right. Yeah, he's good. He's been on telly a lot.
Justin and Colin don't really figure that heavily on The Farm.
Good.
They are in deep trouble themselves.
I just think Justin should shut up. I much prefer Colin.
Really? You've got a preference?
Yeah.
What's your problem?
I want to kill the one that talks all the time.
Is there a difference between them?
Yeah, the sort of older grey-haired one, and the young... I want the older grey-haired one to shut up!
You fancy the younger one?
I don't necessarily fancy him.
You love the younger one and you hate the old one?
Yes.
Wow. I don't feel the same way at all. I don't like both of them.
Fair enough.
But I fancy Justin Lee Collins. Oh, or anyone else with the name Justin, Colin, or Lee. And what else was I going to say? Oh, yeah, I wanted to talk about the Kentucky Fried Chicken ad. You know, where they're eating?
There have been lots of complaints, over 1,000 complaints about that KFC advert.
Fantastic.
Yeah, because of people singing and eating with their mouths full.
Well, good. I want to talk about all these amazing things we have to talk about.
Play some music so we can't.
Yeah. Oh, sort of faded out there, I didn't realise.
Well, that's good. You respected the tune, let it play completely in full.
Yeah, that's true. That's exactly what I was doing. That was Weezer with Beverly Hills. I think that might even be number 1, that song, do you know?
Really?
It's
I thought Akon was number 1.
Akon?
With Lonely. I think he's number 1.
I mean, I'm not sure. I'm just saying.
So many different charts anyway now. Who can tell?
Yeah, there's the Airplay chart, there's the Buxty chart, and there's almost nothing on the Buxty chart at the moment, except 50 Cent.
So you're listening to Adam and Joe on XFM. We're here with you until 3 o'clock. Can I raise a small point? You know the post office ads with the little ants?
Yeah.
Okay, everyone knows those. What was the first one? They were on a beach with an ice cream, weren't they? Do you remember that one?
That's a long time ago.
Yeah. Then what was the second one? They were having a car chase in the garden in cars.
I remember when they were at the airport.
Oh, they were at the airport. They had little clothes and cameras, didn't they, that were the same size as their bodies, miniature things.
Are they? These are the post office.
The post office ants, yeah, listeners, you know what I'm talking about. The little CGI ants that advertise the post office. They've got shoes that are the right size for an ant. They've got a little camera. The one on when they were at the beach with the ice cream, they were taking a camera with a little camera the size of the ants, weren't they? Well, in the latest one, they're in a house, and they're on a sideboard. But the house is the size of a human house. And they're on the phone, but the phone's the size of a human phone. And there's photos that look as if they were taken in the previous beach advert, but they're giant human-sized photos in giant frames.
What, photos of the ants?
Yes.
But they're huge.
Well, well, are they huge, or are they big or small?
Wait, the photos are huge.
Do you understand my
there's
logic?
a scale problem.
The latest ant advert has completely thrown the world of the post office ants into confusion.
There's a scale discrepancy.
Because they seem to be little ants who've invaded a human home in this one, but in the other ones, they're tiny ants in a giant world.
Well, do they not coexist? I mean, they've got their ant material and
well, I want to know that I want to know the logic.
Yeah.
Behind it. Because why would they have a camera that's tiny, the size of an ant hand, and then develop the photo enormous?
They might have just got a blow up
and frame it in an enormous, in an enormous frame.
In an enormous frame.
Yeah.
It just might have been a deal, like a Prontoprint type blow up deal.
Why would they use a giant phone that's so big if they dropped it would kill them?
Because maybe they're just trying to integrate.
I don't understand.
They might just be integrating.
I don't understand.
Well, listen, if anyone involved with the ant ad could give us a call and explain the whole situation to Joe, that would be much appreciated. So what were you saying about the Kentucky Fried complaint situation? You know, so this is the Kentucky Fried chicken salad ad that we're talking about now, which there's some lady office types. And, you know, like ladies do, they're eating salad. They love salads.
Can I just say something before you go in depth with the KFC advert?
Go on, then.
We've got a text here saying, hello, I did that KFC ad you're talking about. It's the most complained about ad ever. I love your show, by the way.
Oh, nice one. I wonder what he did on it. Is it a he or a she?
Well, maybe we can get he or she to call in. But carry on talking.
Yeah, give us a call right now. The number is 0871 222 1049. You can talk to our producer Lila and explain that you're involved with the KFC ad, which I'm about to rail against in a small and slightly pathetic way. So yeah, obviously the thing about the ad is that these people are singing with their mouths full, and that's the conceit of the ad. Ha ha ha. You know, it's so delicious, they've just got to sing about it, and all the normal codes of decency have gone out of the window because they're so in love with the salad. But it is revolting. All I can imagine is how many bits of spittle and salad and stuff.
Do they open their mouths? You can't see the food in the mouth, can you?
You can't see the food. It's very cleverly done. Well, presumably there have been some guidelines, and the client.
Well, that wouldn't be appetising, would it? Mashed up food.
It's not appetising anyway. It's revolting. I mean, the logic of the thing is supposed to be the salad's so amazing that they don't care about the fact that it's revolting to sing with your mouth full. But all I can think is that, you know, if they've lost control of the rules of social interaction to that extent, they're probably farting as well. The room stinks. They're probably going to the toilet right where they're sat. They're not paying attention to any of the normal codes.
They're horrible piggies.
They're horrible pig people.
So what it's saying is horrible piggy people eat at KFC.
It's saying that...
Which isn't an outlandish idea.
It's saying that the salad is kind of like a drug that will make all your inhibitions go away and turn you into a kind of a pig person.
It's quite sexy. Imagine the piggy sex.
You're putting a positive spin on it in a really odd way. But anyway, I do call the person involved with the KFC ad. I'd love to talk to you about...
Yeah, call the person involved in the KFC ad. Don't, you know...
What you were thinking.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
The way you said it, it sounded like we were asking our listeners to call the guy in the KFC ad.
Oh, I see, I'm sorry.
Not for him to come on air, just to do it separately in their own time.
No, I was speaking to the person involved with the ad.
Right.
Shall we have some more music now?
Better.
This is the Kasabian with Club Foot.
That was a long link, sorry.
Sorry. This is a long intro to the song as well.
God. We'll make everything shorter and tighter and punchier. Audio slave, there you go. Someone whispering, stay there for me.
Stay there.
we came back. There's Adam and Joe on XFM. It's nearly 1:30. That's a time check. We don't usually do time checks. I did a time check nearly 1:30.
Hey, that means
that's
it's
really
almost,
useful.
It's almost competition time.
It's almost competition time. It's almost time for Crap Commentary Corner.
We should play it. We'll play another song, and then we'll do Crap Commentary Corner. And the person who was staying on the line there is a mystery person involved, who's part of the creative team for the KFC Singing with Their Mouth Full ad. I'm not going to identify him because I don't want to get him into trouble. Him or her. Okay.
Nice. It's a him then.
Yeah.
It's a bloke. Clearly a bloke.
Or her, but I'm going to talk to him, find out the inside gossip or her about what the hell they were thinking when they did that advert, and get into the mind of a creative on the cutting edge. And after this song, which is a free play incidentally by Landscape, we will play Crap Commentary Corner.
Is this going to be
which other one would I play by Landscape?
I don't know. I don't know. I thought there might be some new trendy band called Landscape.
No, this is going to be the untrendy band from the 1980s called Landscape, and this is called Einstein a Go Go.
Einstein a Go Go.
Just played that one right to the end as well. That is Landscape, who had an amazing album called From the Hellholes of Mars to the Tea Rooms of Uranus. Or maybe the Tea Rooms of Mars to the Hellholes of Uranus, I think you're supposed to pronounce that, to avoid any kind of embarrassment. Joe Cornish just went to had a bit of a lavvy break there, but he's back! Hey, Joe, how was it?
What, in the lavvy?
Yeah.
Why isn't Landscape still going?
Because we only had 2 minutes on it. It's only a short...
Okay.
They were short in the 80s, those songs.
Sorry, everybody.
So I just concluded my conversation with the mystery person.
KFC person.
KFC person.
What did he or she say?
Well, he or she basically was the actual part of the actual duo that came up with the idea that people should be singing with their mouths full.
Good identity concealment.
And, did I? What?
You just said he was part of the duo that conceived the advert. But that's fine. Keep going.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Keep going. Come on. What did he say? Or she say?
He or she might have been part of a duo or a wider group of people that worked on the advert. Or not, you know.
Cut to the chase. What did they say?
Well, basically that they didn't set out to offend anyone at all.
Of course not.
And it wasn't supposed to be like a controversial ad the way that the Tango ads were conceived, for example.
Yeah.
You know, and I said, well, surely there must have been like a filtering process and people saying, you can't do that, it's disgusting. But he said apparently no one batted an eyelid. They didn't realise that it was going to upset people.
It's a victim of its own success, isn't it? Because the first one was much milder.
Yeah.
And it really caught on. Everybody loved the first one, where it was just the basic premise of somebody singing when they were ordering the burger, wasn't it? They weren't even eating it.
That's right.
And then it sort of snowballed. But it's funny how people get upset about manners, table manners, more than they do about sort of more extreme things in adverts.
Yeah, because of course it doesn't infringe any advertising guidelines as such, because it's just a politeness thing.
Why can't the man who or woman who wrote the Post Office Ants advert call up and explain to me about the scale of their props?
Then we'd all be happy.
Seriously, there's about 20 texts here about the ants. I'm not alone.
Yeah.
People are texting in going, thank God someone's pointed out the ant scale issue.
People are
It's a
pulling their
massive
hair
concern to the citizens of London.
Well, listen, shall we do a competition and then we can give people a chance involved with the ants to call in?
Okay.
Incidentally, the number is 0871 for the competition and the ants, 0871 222 1049. Shall we play the competition jingle?
It's a Crap Commentary, recorded off of a DVD. Why don't you listen and see? You could win some crap for free. Can you tell who's speaking? And a movie they critiquing. Go ahead, it's easy. You can use IMDb.
Must remember this jingle stops suddenly. There we are, very abruptly. Okay, so it's Crap Commentary Corner time. This is a recording taken from the commentary of a famous movie. Now, this is pretty, well, when I say famous, infamous perhaps, this is pretty obscure stuff. And there's not many clues in the commentary, so you're going to have to be a real movie buff. But Adam, you don't know what this is, do you?
No, no idea.
We saw this, we went to see this on its opening night in the West End.
Ooh.
Okay, so this is the director of a movie. Listen carefully, because there are one or two clues. And according to the director, as you're about to hear, there's really no problems with this movie. In fact, it could well be the greatest movie ever made.
Ever made.
Yeah. I mean, nothing went wrong. It was brilliant, and the film's brilliant. Listen to this.
This is a movie, it's a textbook in everything. You know, a lot of kids who saw this when they were young that are now young adults, this is one of their favorite movies. Most people thought the idea of making a live-action picture out of it was impossible. And while one may quibble with this element or that element, overall, the picture worked. You start out every project and you want to make it the greatest film ever. We had a team of great people. I think we did it.
That's amazing. Positivity.
That's amazing. They did it. They set out to make the greatest film ever. They did it.
I've got an idea what that might be. I think there's some clues in the background there. You can hear a little bit of growling and stuff.
You may quibble about one or two things that might not be exactly right, but overall the movie's a massive success, says the director. Now, here's another clip. He's particularly pleased with the performance of his lead actor, and these are little moments taken from all the way through the commentary. He's very, very pleased with one performance. Let's hear just how pleased he is.
I love Frank in this particular performance. I think this is great. Just a brilliant performance there. Frank, fantastic here. Love that shot coming off him and coming into Frank. Frank delivers just a great performance. Frank's great here. I actually didn't want to cut away from him at all. I wanted to stay on him, and I think he does a brilliant performance. At the first preview where that scene played, people actually cried. I like Frank's performance. I think Frank's performance elevated the picture.
So Frank does well.
Oh, I like Frank. I wanted to stay on him.
I love Frank, and he's very handsome, and I love him, and I wanted to kiss him at this point. That's difficult, though.
It's tricky, isn't it? It's clearly a massively brilliantly successful movie.
Would I be correct in saying, because I think we need to throw people a few clues.
Do you think?
Yeah, that is tough.
Do you think? But you know what it is.
No, I'm not
you
sure.
Think you know what it is. Write it down. Write it down. Tell me what you think it is. There.
Okay.
Quickly. Remember, the number is 0871 222 1049, or to enter Crap Commentary competition. Do call right now if you think you know. No, wrong.
Oh no,
Buxton's wrong.
It's not Bowie-based.
It's not Bowie-based.
That's really difficult. Is it?
Is anyone calling in?
No.
That is
no one's calling in. It's too difficult.
One person said
0871 222 1049. Shall I tell you, it was made in the late 80s? No, wrong.
Oh no,
it's got a guy called Frank playing the lead villain. I'll give you a clue.
What, Frank is the character's name or the
It's a
actor's
kids'
name?
film.
Yeah.
People said it was impossible to adapt.
I don't know.
Oh dear. Maybe we should play a record and I'll think of a clue.
Do you know what I thought it was, listeners? I thought it was Labyrinth.
It's not Labyrinth.
Is it in the same sort of...
Company of Wolves?
And then I thought maybe Company of Wolves. I'm just trying to think of the things we went and saw on Saturday nights at the Odeon Leicester Square. Well, let's play a track and see if anyone gets an idea and gives us a call. 0871 222 1049 is the number to call. Here's the Ordinary Boys.
Is it worth playing one of those clips again, do you think?
Okay, let's have a quick listen. This is Crap Commentary Corner.
The first one, maybe.
And you've got to guess... do they have to guess who's speaking? They just have to
Not necessarily. You've got to guess the film that this director is speaking about.
Okay.
This is a movie, it's a textbook in everything. You know, a lot of kids who saw this when they were young that are now young adults, this is one of their favorite movies. Most people thought the idea of making a live-action picture out of it was impossible. And while one may quibble with this element or that element, overall... the picture worked. You start out every project and you want to make it the greatest film ever. We had a team of great people. I think we did it.
Yay!
Now, when you find out what film it is, which I now know, that will seem extraordinary.
Let's go to Clive. Hello, Clive.
Hello there, mate.
How you doing?
Not bad.
You got an idea what this is then, Clive?
Yeah, I thought I'd have a guess, and I assume I've got it right by the sounds of it.
Right.
Magic Roundabout.
Magic Roundabout.
What was your logic there? Can you explain how you arrived at that answer?
Well, just the greatest film ever made, I suppose. Got to be, ain't it?
Have you seen the Magic Roundabout, Clive?
No, I'm afraid I haven't. I watched it as a kid, but...
Right.
I haven't seen the movie.
But you're just getting the general impression that, just from the posters, that it could be the greatest film ever made.
Hey, Clive, I don't wish to rain on your logic parade, but you know that the Magic Roundabout's not out on DVD at the moment. I don't think it's been released yet.
Not yet.
So how would we have got the commentary off it?
I don't know.
Poor Clive, he's not a release schedules expert.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I think it's a good guess, Clive.
That was a very good guess, Clive. I was just flexing my sarcasm
The Magic Roundabout
muscles.
is obviously a very, very, very good, very, very good film.
It was a really impossible... Can we give Clive some kind of prize?
Can we give Clive a prize? We'll give you some tickets to something, Clive. We'll give you tickets to see the Coral. Do you want tickets to see the Coral?
I'd love tickets to see the Coral,
There you
yeah.
go. Well done, but you are 100% wrong.
Wrong. But thanks a lot for your call, Clive, and sorry about my sarcasm there.
Hello, Pete. Is Pete there?
Hiya.
Hey, Pete, how you doing?
Oh, fine, thanks.
Do you think you've got it right? What's your guess?
Kindergarten Cop.
Kindergarten Cop.
Kindergarten Cop. Now, that is an interesting guess.
It is a great film.
It is, but that is genuinely one of the greatest films ever made. Well, listen, man, you've got it wrong. Unfortunately, that's not correct. But good guess, and sort of in the right area in a funny way with the kind of star of the film.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Schwarzenegger is the star of the film in question, but same sort of ballpark. But thank you very much for your call.
Pete can have tickets to the Coral as well.
Would you like tickets to go see the Coral?
Please.
Yeah,
Yes,
good one.
please.
That'll
There
be
you
a great
go.
gig. Thanks for your call.
calling. Now, we think Aidan might have got it right. Hello, Aidan. Aidan? Aidan?
Hi, Andrew.
Oh, Andrew? Is it Andrew?
Yeah, hi there, how you doing?
How are you? Fine, how are you doing?
Risky.
Excellent, excellent.
Is this a different voice on the phone?
It is a different voice. It seems like Aidan has gone and Andrew for some
Andrew, what's happened to Aidan, Andrew?
Or Aidan.
The problem is that Aidan's the one that got it right. What do you think it is, Andrew?
I think it is the wonderful, wonderful version of He-Man and Master of the Universe.
Yes!
Congratulations,
Well
that's
done,
absolutely
Aidan.
right.
How did you guess that?
Sadly, I have seen the video in question, and talking about Frank Langella.
That's correct, who plays Skeletor.
Yeah.
He's so happy.
Absolutely terrible movie.
He's so happy with Skeletor's performance. Seriously, there's long passages where he talks about how Frank Langella gives Skeletor inner life and makes him an intelligent villain. And it's quite a moving commentary because this poor guy had basically Canon, the company that produced it, collapsed before the end. So he sort of couldn't finish the movie, and they were going to release it with no ending. So he got the actors back, and he basically put his own salary into finishing Masters of the Universe. Didn't make...
Heart and soul into a wonderful movie like that.
Yeah, didn't make any money. He's never directed anything again. He directed the 3D Terminator ride at Universal Studios. That's it.
Well, he doesn't have to. Once you've directed the greatest film ever made, there's nowhere
His name's Gary Goddard.
to go, really. But anyway, listen, Andrew, thank you very much for your call. That was amazing. Extraordinary. You've got too much time on your hands.
Absolutely.
You can... What does Andrew win, then?
You can get some
What's available at the moment?
Well, Coral tickets. Are you happy with Coral tickets?
I can't. My wife's actually just about to give birth, so it's a bit tricky at the moment.
Yeah, that's not
Got
good.
anything else?
Have we
Any
got-
CDs?
Have we got any kind of DVD action we can chuck his
See
way?
what I'll find him.
We'll dig something up for you. We'll dig something up for you. Well, congratulations, Andrew. That's amazing. And I don't know what happened to Aidan.
We're going to
but
send you. We're
congratulations,
going to
Aidan,
send
as
you
well.
a congratulations DVD care package from XFM. Thanks very much for your call.
That could be the obscure death squeal of Crap Commentary
Wow,
Corner.
that was really tricky, man. He-Man and Masters of the Universe. I can't believe you.
I
What?
couldn't believe there was a commentary on it.
I can't believe you bought
I
it.
only
Try.
found it at 1 a.m. It's got Courtney Cox in it.
Courtney Cox. Is that why you bought
It
it?
was her first film.
Okay. This is
Yeah.
Adam and Joe on XFM.
XFM.
Now, Joe, I'm quite happy this week for a number of reasons, just the joy of being alive. Plus, as well, I won my very first confrontation with a member of the general public this
Oh,
week.
well done. What, during one of your gigs?
No, it was just in the street. Well, in fact, it was in Sainsbury's car park.
Right.
And I was going shopping on Sunday morning with my son Frank in the back, and it was really busy. Sainsbury's 9 Elms. It was absolutely jammed. And the car right in front of me, I was heading towards the parents and children bay, parking bay, yeah. And the car in front of me just slipped in to the space that was vacated by a mother and her child.
What a sod.
And of course, sure enough, the guy that gets out of his car...
No child.
No child.
Oh, what an...
You know...
Naughty man.
Naughty man. So I just thought, I'm sorry, but I really need this space, you know, because I had some time pressure, pressure of stress, legitimate reason for needing the space, you know what I mean? So I just wound down my window, said politely, sorry, excuse me, mate, that's the parents and child bay, parking bay. And he said, so what? But it's all full.
Good point, good point, good point.
And I said, what? How is that a good point?
Don't know, I'm just being devil's advocate. I'm being sarcastic.
Okay. And I said, yeah, but, you know, I'm sorry if it's full. I'm sure another space will come up elsewhere in the car park, but I need to park there.
So you're being a gentleman, you're taking the higher ground, you're being very polite.
taking the high ground,
Yes.
being dead polite, and maintain the whole confrontation
good.
at top levels of politeness.
So he says...
No swearing. He says, I don't care. Basically, he just says, well, people are parking everywhere. I said, well, they're not parking in the parents and children bays because, you know, unless they've got children. And he goes, so go in and tell them in the shop then.
Yeah.
So I said, what's your problem, man?
What is his problem?
Trying to be really calm. And he said, no, I've got no problem, you know, I've got no problem. I said, what, you just don't...
So you said to him, what's your problem?
I said, what is your problem?
That's code for I'm gonna hit you.
Well, no, I tried to say...
You realise that?
No, I said it. I said, do you reckon it is?
Yeah. What's your problem? I haven't got a
No,
problem.
I didn't say...
What'd you say I've got a problem? What's your problem? That's fist language.
No, it isn't, because you see, I said it like a genuine inquiry. Like,
Right.
Excuse me, sir, I'd like to know what your problem is.
Yes.
I don't understand...
Like a doctor.
Like a doctor, exactly. I don't understand where you're coming from on this whole you've parked in my space issue. So he said, I've got no problem. I said, right, I think you just don't care about anyone else, is that right?
You said that to him?
Yeah. I said, you just don't care about anyone else, right?
Oh.
And it got...
That's a good line, because you can't... I mean, that's quite an accusation.
Yeah, yeah. And that sent him reeling.
What did he say? Could he speak?
He couldn't speak for a little while. Wow. And when he did speak, he just said, it's not that I don't care about anyone else, And then he went to his car and he moved it.
No.
That's
amazing. That's like a Steven Spielberg film.
Yeah. I am the king.
That's extraordinary.
And there was no swearing, there was no punching.
And now he cares. Maybe it's your beard.
Maybe your beard.
Maybe when you grow a big beard, you get Jesus powers.
Maybe I do.
Maybe you're Jesus.
Oh my God. I don't think I am Jesus fans, but still, it was pretty amazing. And I was just wondering if anyone out there had won any confrontations of their own recently, and what kind of incidents as well would make you intervene. Like, what would you take a stand on? Because usually that's the kind of thing you might just forget about.
Was this man physically threatening looking? Was he a little old man?
No, he wasn't. He was definitely could have punched me quite hard in the face, yeah.
Could he?
He was quite frightening. So I'm wondering, like, would you intervene if you saw some happy slapping?
Oh, wow. Well, that's a whole different conversation.
This is a whole different conversation, yeah. Would you intervene if you saw some...
It depends.
Some littering, for example?
I tend to... this is a long conversation, Alan Buxton.
Okay, I'm throwing open the floodgates for the second hour.
Just keep asking the questions. We'll answer them after a record.
Would you intervene if you saw a really crap presenter doing a wind-up vox pop for a Channel 4 show?
That's a good one.
You know, I'd just like to hear from anyone who would intervene in these situations.
So many questions.
I'd be curious to know how it went. Now, we've got some fall tickets to give away later on. I'm not exactly sure how we're going to give them away. Maybe we can, you know, wind this together in some clever, ludicrous way. But it's an opportunity to play a song by The Fall. This is a cover of a track by someone called S. Bend. I don't know anything about S. Bend, but it's called I'm Going to Spain, and it's kind of the lighter side of The Fall.
Oh, that's exciting music. Who's that band called, Adam?
That's by Block Party.
Oh, they're the latest thing. That's very exciting. This is Adam and Joe on XFM.
Before that, man, you heard the Coldplay.
The Coldplay, wow, I'm privileged.
And Speed of Sound.
50 minutes left of our show. We've got Dizzy's in the Dock coming up, obviously. Can I just make another point?
Go on, then.
Like prank shows on telly, right? Sort of celebrity did anyone see Celebrity Stitch Up, is what I'm trying to say.
What was that?
Celebrity Stitch Up is a weird ITV show. Basically, the whole Stitch Up genre is dying.
Well, just when you think it's dying, they find some new way of reviving it.
Obviously, it was big in the 80s with Beadle and stuff, and it's going through its sort of death throes, and as a result, there are lots of different little Stitch-Up shows. But the problem with these little Stitch-Up shows is no one knows what these shows are. So that key Stitch-Up moment, when the prank's been played, and if it was Beadle suddenly appears, and you see him and you instantly realise what's happened, that moment is sort of becoming very weird on some of these shows. For instance, Celebrity Stitch-Up is an ITV show where celebrities like Greg Rudetsky, is that how you say it?
The tennis player,
He's a tennis player, yeah. He got stitched up. But the problem with the show is there's no presenter.
Right.
So the moment of the reveal is really odd. Plus, it's not a very famous show. So poor old Greg Rudetsky's had his cats kidnapped or something. And it's gone on for ages, and it's really not that good.
He's been punked.
And suddenly, the fake vet, turns around and goes, do you want your cats back? I bet you do. And I bet you don't know that there's a camera there, and a camera there, and a camera there, and a camera there. And Greg goes, oh, what? What? And he sort of expects the guy to go, the guy goes, you've been stitched up for ITV. And Rudetsky goes, oh, what, Ant and Dec? The guy goes, no.
Does he really say Ant and Dec?
Well, no, because it's very weirdly edited. They've obviously cut this exchange out, but
Oh, I
they
see
obviously
it.
had
Yeah,
it. He's
yeah.
gone, Ant and Dec? They go, no, not Ant and Dec.
Tom Jolly?
Is it Tom Jolly, Channel 4? No,
Have I
not
been
Tom Jolly.
punked?
Have I been punked? Is this a gotcha? Noel's Gotchas. Are they bringing Noel's Gotchas back? No, it's just a celebrity stitch-up show on ITV. It's just called Celebrity Stitch-Up. Doesn't really have a presenter. Oh, when's it going out? 11.
It's just
on
a
Wednesday.
Broadcast
Oh.
pilot. Probably won't get commissioned.
Yeah. And it's the same. Anyway, that's the end of my rant, basically. But it's now become one of the most enjoyable bits of stitch-up shows, is how awkward the revelation is when there's sort of no presenter or name and no one knows what the show is, really.
It's tough, isn't it? Because you don't want to be a spoil sport and just say, well, you're not using it.
Well, bring back Beadle, I say. Poor old Beadle's very ill, apparently.
Is he? What's wrong
He's
with him?
been diagnosed with leukemia or something really bad.
Oh, man.
He was such a hero of ours in the 80s. Still is a bit of a hero of ours. Bring back Beadle, you know, because that was a brilliant idea. The second you saw his happy, furry face,
Yeah.
you knew exactly what was going on.
Absolutely. He was the master of getting those things exactly
He
right.
was.
And doing really amazingly elaborate ones. Everyone's got their favourite
Yeah.
Beadle stunt. What was yours, Joe?
My favourite Beadle stunt was where he arranged an entire wedding, and everybody at the wedding, apart from this photographer, was fake.
Oh, yeah,
And the
yeah.
photographer had to marry the woman. It was a sort of gang wedding, wasn't it? And he was pressured into marrying the woman. Can you imagine how surreal that would be, to be in that event, and every single person in it is conspiring against you?
A lot of Beatles
Couple of
things
hundred
like
people.
stumbled into the realm of art.
They really do. It's like the Truman Show before the Truman Show even happened. Big
Man,
problem
I'm
before
sorry to
that.
hear he's ill. I hope he gets better. Okay, well, here's a bit of music for you right now. And who is this by? I'm not very good at this still, am I? This whole DJing business.
Isn't it British Sea Power?
It's
with Please
British.
Stand Up?
Yeah, British Sea Power. Here we go. Marvellous.
Now, they're very good. I've seen them live, British Sea Power.
Have you?
Yeah, they're fantastic live. I saw them supporting... Oh, I've even forgotten their names. The band that have the big party and the balloons and people dressed as animals.
Super Furries.
Yeah, what? Flaming Lips, that's right.
Oh,
They were supporting the Flaming Lips. I thought they sort of played the Flaming Lips off the stage.
I've heard that from a lot of people. The
Yeah.
Flaming Lips are an unknown quantity. As
Well,
far
the
as-
Flaming Lips, when he was... What is it he sings? Don't you realise?
Every day
Yes, I
we'll
do.
die.
Shut up. I don't need you to tell me. Anyway, I like British Sea Power a lot.
Well, that's good, man. I didn't
Yeah.
know you went to rock and roll gigs.
Yeah, well, just the one.
Are you going to go to the fall? No. Now, if you want tickets for the fall, we haven't really thought of a good kind of competition. Maybe if you're just a fall Maddie, you should phone up and impress us with, give us a reason why you should have the fall tickets. Simple as that, really.
Can't think of a fall
0871.
text competition.
Not really, because, people...
We were going to have people send in fall-style poetry, but we've only got 11 minutes now.
It's difficult, isn't it? Or maybe do a Mark E. Smith impression.
Well, 11
or
minutes till 30:30, and at 30:30 it's ditties. It's time to think about ditties. That's how the show is segmented up. Lila, producer.
It's not that straight.
Honestly.
I
Well, yes, it is.
disagree, but that's... You go
Okay.
0871 222 1049. Lila, has it just been a whole week of people going, hey, Lila?
Slightly, yes.
Yeah,
It gets funnier every time.
yeah. And the beginning of that song, it's just like Street Fighting Man, isn't it? Everywhere you hear the sound. That's the new Oasis single.
Yeah.
And the Kelly Osbourne single, it's exactly the same as Visage. You know that track?
I haven't heard it yet.
Which is the one, Fade to Grey. She's basically nicked the melody from Fade to Grey. Anyway, she's doing her best, and that's the main thing. But I wanted to ask you, Joe, have you seen The Farm at all on Channel 5 this week? Are you avoiding it, or just haven't caught it yet?
Just haven't caught it yet.
Well, The Farm is Channel 5's reality show, for those of you who don't know.
I know who's on it. Emma B, La Ciccioliona, the Italian porn politician.
Cicciolina.
Keith Harrison Orville.
Yeah,
Lionel Blair.
yeah.
Is this right so far?
Correct.
That's all I know, actually. Emma B, I said her already, did I?
Yeah.
Who is Emma B?
I think Emma B is a DJ or something?
No, she's a topless model.
She's a
going
topless
out
model.
to
There you go,
online
there you go,
market
there you go, there you go.
Topless model.
Anyway, what happened on it?
And Ron Jeremy, the porn
There you
star,
go,
is
yep,
on there.
yep.
I don't really like seeing Ron Jeremy on a reality show.
He's not getting his bits out, though, is he?
No, he's
Well,
not.
you prefer to see him with his bits out.
No, I don't want to see anything of him. He's like Jabba the Hutt, and he's frightening. Jabba the Hutt who hasn't shaved, and he seems like a nice enough guy, and he's pretty funny and all, but I've seen some of his films.
Yeah.
So all I can imagine is him, like, working. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I was curious to see Keith Harrison Orville on there, because we worked with Keith Harrison Orville. We haven't worked with Ron Jeremy recently, but we have worked with Keith Harrison Orville. We went to New Zealand with them over a year ago now to shoot an advert, when you know, our careers were really going crazy for a while there. And I remember Keith saying that he had just passed up the chance to be on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
Well, he said he wouldn't do it because he wouldn't sort of lower himself to that, didn't he?
Yeah, and it turned out that
So they offered him a huge amount of money, and he refused to do it because that would be sort of...
He passed up basically the best series of I'm a Celebrity, the one with John Lydon and Peter Andre and Jordan.
Now he's on the farm.
Now he's on the farm with Ron Jeremy.
Wow.
That's not a step up, Keith.
No, but there are lovely... Orville's got his own bed, hasn't he?
Yeah.
His own little bed. I like that.
He's got his own little bed, and yesterday Keith was taking nude shots with Orville apparently balanced on his willoy.
No.
So
He'll stop at nothing, will he,
don't
Keith?
see that that's a step up, Keith.
He hates the bird.
He
hates that bird. He does.
That damn bird.
He hates that. He genuinely hates the bird. It's like that Anthony Hopkins film, Magic, without the supernatural thing, just quite banal hatred and resentment.
Wow. Well, you should watch The Farm and see if that comes through.
Okay.
This is Adam and Joe on XFM.
XFM.
That's the Kaiser Chiefs. Every day I love you less and less. This is Adam and Joe here on XFM on a Saturday afternoon. A little bit of housekeeping now. The fall tickets have gone. Thank you very much to our callers. Hope you enjoy the gig. I'm sure it'll be fantastic. Actually, I'm not sure. The Fall, one of those bands who you never quite know what you're going to get, but it's never less than interesting. This week, couple of dates for your diary. I've got a new jingle for this. This is like things that you should watch on TV, Joe.
Okay.
Here we go.
Open up the diary and pop a little note in. Here's a telly programme that you really must watch.
Jeepers creepers.
It's quite gay, isn't it?
That's extraordinary.
I thought we needed a...
Why did you do that?
I don't know. I don't know why I did that. I just, yeah. Do you wish I hadn't?
No, it's good. It's just very odd.
It is a bit odd, isn't it? I'm sorry.
It's odd, but let's face it, it's a slightly odd Saturday today, isn't it? Everything's a bit odd today.
Why are you feeling odd?
I don't know. You feel ill.
A little bit.
The weather's non-committal.
Yeah.
We've all turned up wearing black polo tops.
It's fun, though. Let's celebrate. Oh, the weirdness. I don't know. I was going to say, though, that people should put a date in their diary for a couple of TV shows that look good this week.
Okay, what are they?
Armando Iannucci's show, The Thick of It.
Right.
Which is supposedly a kind of Yes Minister meets Larry Sanders.
It's a heavy, super intelligent political actorama, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's got trailers with Chris Langham.
Yeah.
Delivering very dry, funny lines.
And Peter Capaldi. But it's, it's funny. It's a comedy.
Comedy for grown-ups.
Partly improvised, apparently, but no, it looks good. I've heard very good reports about it. People have
It looks
seen
prestige.
It's on BBC 4 on Thursday, this coming Thursday.
Everybody needs a place to think.
Yeah, I love BBC 4.
It's good.
And also the Pete Doherty thing. Stalking Pete Doherty on Tuesday on Channel 4 at 10 p.m.
I don't know about that, you know.
Why not? That's
well,
gotta
at
be
first
worth a
I was
look.
very excited. I thought, oh, that'll be brilliant telly. But then it's all, did he get beaten up simply just to promote the documentary?
No, that was
Because as soon as I saw the trailer, I thought, oh man, that's the guy that was beaten up. It was in the papers.
Yeah, exactly.
But then I thought, I'm being manipulated. That's exactly what they want me to think.
No, basically...
The whole thing's couldn't the whole thing just be a sort of drumped-up ballet of violence?
It could be. I think the deal is that Max Carlish, who is the documentary maker, started out trying to make this thing about Pete Doherty, who he was semi-obsessed by.
In love with, it appears, from the clips.
Yeah, it looks as if he more or less crossed the line between being a documentarian and
sexual
being
obsession.
a bit of a fan. I don't know about you mentioned sexual obsession, man.
Well, he's very, very passionate about his love of Pete Doherty. But anyway, we'll see.
So yeah, it looks like an interesting watch. I think it was the fact that he had shot a few scenes with Pete Doherty maybe taking drugs that Doherty wasn't happy about. They got in a fight about it, and that's why Doherty got arrested, because he basically punched Max Carlish. Anyway, it's worth a look, surely. Stalking Pete Doherty, Channel 4, 10 p.m. on Tuesday. Now, also, on a purely selfish note, I've got one of my comedy evenings coming up this Wednesday the 18th. This is a semi-regular thing where I'm trying out little bits and pieces of things for my Edinburgh show, which I'm doing this year. But I've also got amazing performers also joining me, like Kevin Eldon.
Wow.
Is going to be there. Dave Armand, who is part of a group called the Hollow Men, but he's also very funny in his own right, does an amazing kind of mime
You know what,
character.
I might come down next week. I've never been, but I might come down this Wednesday.
Yeah, good
So
one.
you could see us both. I won't be performing.
You could perform if
I
you
don't
wanted
want to,
to.
thanks.
Are you sure?
Nah, I'm fine, thanks.
Okay.
Basically,
Basically,
it's at the Zeta Hotel, isn't
it's
it?
at the Zeta Hotel, which is in Clerkenwell Road, and the nearest tube is Farringdon. Basically, you can book a table or just turn up and take a chance that you can get in. Sometimes it's really packed, so you've got to turn up around 7 to ensure that you get a space, because it's only a small little room. 0207 324 4455 is the number for the Zeta Hotel. Zedter, and it's on this Wednesday the 18th. Starts about 7 o'clock, should be finished by about 9:30, and it's relatively painless. And it's only £5, and you can eat there as well. It's like an amazing kind of comedy supper club. Imagine all the exciting things you'll be seeing. Did I sell it well? Or?
You sold it very well. I'm excited. I'm going to come down. It's going to be great.
Yeah, good one. You sure you don't want to do anything?
Yeah, I'm absolutely positive.
Are you all exhausted after doing
I'm doing so much already.
You did your Star Wars thing this week at the Comedy Store. That was fun, right?
That was fun. Should
No
we have a record? Talk about it after.
No heckling?
No heckling. No. They were nerds.
I still want to find out what
Lovely
you thought of the
nerds.
film. Yeah, let's play
Okay.
a record. This is the Magic Numbers. They're so hot right now. There's
yes.
a lot of hype around the Magic Numbers, Joe Cornish. They're supposed
there?
to be the next big thing. And that track is called Forever Lost. Very nice indeed it was too. So you saw the Star Wars film, the Revenge?
Yeah. I
Renewal?
did this bit of, I call it stand-up, but it wasn't really stand-up. I just went to the Comedy Store and discussed it with some of the nice, nerdy Star Wars fans there. But discussed it on stage with a microphone, really. But I did that purely to get tickets to the Sneaky Peeky screening the previous Sunday morning. And I feel a bit bad talking about it, because basically I thought it was rubbish.
Oh.
I know. And I don't like to be the bringer of rubbish tidings.
Surely he spent so long and there's
It's
so much
very
money
enjoyable and it's wonderful eye candy, but it is rubbish. And the fact that it sort of ties up strands with the films, the good ones, the good old ones, just makes it worse.
What, he's trying to kind of...
Well, he's sort of messing with things you actually care about. You don't really care about the rest of it, Queen John Jin and midi-chlorians and all that, because it doesn't really matter, does it? And you can sort of let slip that all the stormtroopers look like that New Zealand actor under their mask. You can sort of push that under the carpet. But you can't ignore the fact that when they're naming Darth Vader, whoever it is, who is it, General Palpatine or whoever it is, just goes, I shall call you Darth Vader. That's it. That's it. No clue as to why. Just random. Just that's it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's reflective of the whole thing, really. I thought it was a stinker.
Not even enjoyable?
It definitely enjoyable.
Oh, really?
Yeah, of course, because the design is amazing and the CGI is amazing, but there's no set piece comparable to anything in the original 3 films.
Well, when I was leafing through the book in Borders...
Of course, the book looks good, because the stills look good.
Yeah, I liked the look of Hayden Christensen getting badly burned and stuff.
That's quite good.
Yeah?
Well, I can't really talk too much without giving stuff away as well.
Right.
But I was telling you during the record what happens in that bit.
Yeah.
Just before his legs are cut off.
Well, it sounds like the video game, and in fact they're promoting the video game on TV by saying, play the game before you... live the film before you see the movie.
Live the movie. Yeah, and the video game, which I rented from Blockbusters, has got long clips from the film. Basically starts with the opening shot of the film.
So more or less all you need is the video game, really.
Yeah, the video game's possibly more enjoyable.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Sorry about that, Star Wars fans. I thought it was a stinker, but still go and see it, because it's good fun. And if you lower your expectations to the floor, then maybe you might find it rewarding. Because you know, friends of mine like it. Edgar Wright likes it. He thought it was really good.
Yeah.
I think he's the only one so far.
Edgar,
who
well,
likes it.
he just sort of bounces through life in a very positive way.
Yeah.
Unlike you.
Rightly
and
so.
myself.
Rightly so.
No, I'm still excited, I guess. Are you going to get it on DVD when it comes out?
Oh, of course, I'll get it on DVD. I'll go and see it again, even.
Yeah.
But it's a stinker.
Oh. Okay, well, we should battle it out now. We've only got a few minutes left until the end of our show. So who gets to play the final track of this? This is our penultimate show, incidentally, listeners. We're going to take quite a long break after next week's show.
Are we allowed to announce what's happening after next week's show? Is it public knowledge?
It is public.
It is. Well, Ricky and Steve are back for a special... well, they're sitting in for us.
Yeah.
Because we're busy and they've got nothing to do.
Yeah, because
they're sitting in for us.
They've stopped winning awards for a while, so they're going to come back and keep our seats warm.
Yeah,
for
until such time as we decide to let them go and come back.
Exactly.
But we'll be back in September, I think.
That is if we're asked back.
If we're asked back.
Anyway, so this is Ditties in the Dock now. Joe and myself are going to battle it out for who gets to play their final track. And the theme this week is, Joe?
The theme this week is the productions of Trevor Horn, Britain's greatest producer, a man capable of turning any band into an extraordinary sound effects-laden orchestral phenomenon.
Some of his credits include The Art of Noise...
Tattoo,
Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
Yep, none of those are being selected. I don't know, certainly not by me.
No, not by me.
I'd like to play the first Trevor Horn record I ever really got into massively, and that's Poison Arrow by ABC. I'm a major ABC fan.
Well, Lexicon of Love's a classic album.
Lexicon of Love is a classic album. It turned up at in the top 10 all-time British albums, right?
Really?
Yeah, when they did that in all the music mags a few months ago.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic album. I know the whole thing word for word. I used to perform it in front of the mirror to myself, and boy was I sexy.
Wow, that's a
It was
scary
amazing when I was a
thought.
kid, back in 82, when I was about 12.
Were you an absolute queen in those days?
I wasn't, no, I was just didn't have, any filtering methods. I didn't know what was what.
Yeah.
And ABC excited me amazingly.
Wow.
So I'd like to play Poison Arrow. It's an extraordinarily ridiculous single with a bombastic orchestral backing, ridiculous falsetto lyrics, extraordinarily funky. It's the sort of thing you just don't get anymore. An amazing melange of styles and operatic melodrama.
Well, come on, Martin Fry Cornish, give us a quick blast.
Shoot the poison arrow through your heart. Yeah?
Yeah.
No rhythm in cymbals, no tempo in drums. Is that the right song? Love, that's a different song
That's
even,
The Look
I
of
think.
Love.
Oh, I've got all confused. But anyway, I want to play Poison Arrow, so if you want to hear Poison Arrow, call 0871 222 1049. That's 0871 222 1049 and vote for Poison Arrow. Everybody who gets through is going to win a copy of California Dreamin', a fantastic Songs of the Mamas and Papas DVD. That's good, isn't it? It's exciting.
Yeah, that's nice for pop fans.
Yeah, everyone who gets through, so call 0871 222 and vote for ABC, or vote for Adam's song, which is...
Buggles.
Oh, good choice.
Of course, Video Killed the Radio Star
Good
was
choice.
it was one of the first kind of synth pop classics that I ever heard, and I just thought, well, this is futuristic, and I'm buying into this because this is blowing my mind. Also, it was accompanied by what looked to me like the most amazing video I'd ever seen. It was one of the first videos in those days at the beginning of the 80s, and I seem to remember it had a tube, like a plastic tube with a lady painted silver kind of going up and down the tube. Maybe she was the radio star, and Trevor Horn was stood there because he was actually one of the Buggles. He was in the band, and so he had to front the band.
What's the first line of that song?
I heard you on the wireless back in 52, lying
great
awake,
record.
intently tuning in on you.
What a playoff! ABC with Poison Arrow versus Video Killed the Radio Star by Buggles.
Yeah.
Who's going to win that?
I won't go on about it anymore, but that's your choice. 0871 222 1049. Get calling now!
XFM.
Very nice. That's Ben Folds with Landed. We're getting out of that slightly early. Sorry to Ben Folds fans there, because we've got to resolve our Ditties in the Dock competition this week.
That is correct. It's Poison Arrow by ABC versus Video Killed the Radio Star by Buggles. Both tracks produced by Trevor Horn, Britain's most talented producer. We've got... What?
Yeah, sorry, I was going to say that someone reminded us by email that he also produced Belle and Sebastian. That's
correct.
Among the list of his
So he's still got it.
and varied credits.
We've got 5 callers on the line. Everybody is going to win a copy of California Dreamin', the new Mamas and the Papas DVD that's in the shops now. Courtesy of Universal DVDs Limited.
Nicely done, Jay.
Thank you very much. Okay, Ken. Hello, Ken.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm very well, thanks. How are you?
Very well. What do you do for a living? I'm going to try and guess what you're voting. What do you do for a living?
At the moment, not very much.
Oh dear, unemployed. Well then...
No, I get paid. I just don't do very much at work.
Really? How do you manage that?
I got no idea.
He runs Channel 4.
Wow.
Find me out soon.
There you go. Okay, well, I'm guessing you're a Buggles man.
Yes,
Is that what you're voting for?
it is, yes.
Buggles, you see, there you go. So there we go, 1-0 to Buggles. Congratulations, you win the Mamas and the Papas DVD. Anything to say to Ken, Adam?
Thanks very much for calling, Ken. You voted correctly.
Thank you.
That's
And
1-0 to Buxton.
all power to you.
Damn him.
Thanks very much for your call. Who have we got next, Joe?
Jason.
Jay Honey.
Hello, mate.
How you doing, Jason?
Yeah, not so bad.
What are you up to this afternoon?
Just got out of the bath.
You got out of the bar.
Are you naked?
I've got a towel around me.
Have you?
Well, you're turning me on now.
Wow.
Oh my God, are you so wet? What's going on?
What, just calm down. What's your what order of drying are you going to do, Jason?
I'll just give it the one round the back of the vigorous one.
Don't you ever get because I'll make this quick. I get out of the bath. I think I've dried myself off. I put clothes on. I find wet bits that I haven't got. But usually on
lady dryer.
on the arse area and on the middle of the back, still wet. Usually still wet. Spend a bit more time, you reckon?
What kind of regimen have you got, man?
Not a very good one.
Anyway, so what are you going to vote for, Jason?
Like a bit of ABC.
Hey, good man.
Okay, it's 1-1. One for the Buggles and one for ABC.
This is very exciting. James, hello, James.
Hello.
How you doing, James?
Not bad, you?
Very well, thank you very much. You're a man who sounds businesslike. Cut to the chase.
Yeah.
Have you got time for chit-chat?
If you want.
Yeah, what are you doing this afternoon, James?
Not much. Just sit out some days.
Really? On a bench, shooting up?
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, well done. Good, yeah, well, be ambitious. What are you voting for, James?
ABC.
Hey, that's 2-0 to Cornish.
You know the track, presumably, do you, James?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a classic album. But do you know the Buggles track?
Yeah.
But
he knows what he's doing, Adam.
Okay, I'm just checking.
He prefers ABC.
All right, you got two votes for Cornish, 1 vote for Buxton.
Oh, this is fantastic. Well
What have
done,
we got
James.
next?
Thanks for calling. June, is that right?
That's right, yeah.
Hello, June. How you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Have you been?
That's
Sorry,
two
Adam.
Scousers in a row, isn't it?
Is it?
Yes, and fully enough, we're related as well.
Really? You're not in the same house, are you?
No.
No. Well done for not being in the same house.
Are you also going for ABC?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
What are you playing at, June?
Well, she's levelling up the playing field a little bit. Thanks
She's
very
insane.
much, June. And do you love the track, presumably? You're familiar with it?
Yeah, one of my favourites.
Yeah, good one. Well, thank you very much for your call.
That's 2-2.
You're going to get the
This
Mamas
is
and the Papas
extraordinary.
DVD.
This is amazing.
Wow, this has never happened before.
So this is the deciding call. Is it Hayley?
Hayley?
Hello, Hayley.
Hello.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
You've got a momentous responsibility on your shoulder. You're the
I know.
deciding vote. Don't tell us what you're voting yet.
Okay, well, it was a very close call with me. I love the both songs.
Do you? You've got good taste in music.
Thank you.
Hayley, have you been listening to the whole show today?
Yeah, well, I missed the first half an hour, sadly.
Okay. Oh, that was the best half an hour.
That was the
really,
best.
yeah, we were flagging.
Well, apparently I just heard that we just won an award for that
For the first half hour. The
Yeah.
rage off figures went through the roof.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's very exciting. There's going to be a ceremony
That's a very charitable laugh there from
next
Hayley.
week. She's like, yeah, you're never going to win anything because you're too lame-os.
So, Hayley, what are you voting for then? What's the answer? Why don't you, before you tell us, just leave a pause of about, say, 6 seconds, then tell us?
Yeah,
like on Big Brother at a farm.
Exactly.
Okay, or playing it straight.
Make it unnaturally long.
So,
okay.
what are you voting for, Hayley?
Sorry. Hayley, say, this week I'm voting for, and then leave an unnaturally long pause.
Okay, go.
This week, I am voting for... Buggles.
Oh, what?
Oh, sweet.
Hang on, that's... No,
Thanks
no.
very much, Hayley. Nice.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much for your call. Thank
Is
you
that
very
it?
much to everyone who called this week. You've all got the Mamas and the Papas DVD coming towards you. And coming towards you?
Yeah.
What kind of word is that to use? Anyway.
Well, we'll be back next week for our last show before we take our summer break.
That's right.
It might be special. Might just be normal. Who knows?
It'll probably be underwhelming.
Before we go, Adam, before you go, can I ask you one question?
Go on then.
Are you or are you not gay?
I am not gay. No, I don't think I'm.
Okay, it's a joke. It's a playing it straight joke. It's not a genuine question.
Oh, I see.
That's what they say on playing it straight.
I thought maybe someone had asked you via email.
It's the new trendy thing to say before you leave someone. Oh, by the way, before you go, are you or are you not gay?
And right, I didn't realise that.
Yeah.
Is playing it straight good? Well, this is a conversation for next week.
No need
isn't
to
it?
care.
It's Buggles time.
Hey.
Thanks very much for listening, everyone.
See you
Bye.
next week.
Justin
Bye.
Lee Collins coming up in 1 second. The hardest working man in show business. But first, here's the horny horn.
I heard you on the wireless back in